Hello my crafty friends, it's Sheree. How are you doing today? Welcome to my channel, Turquoise Dreaming, and welcome to my craft room. I'm here today to work on this, do something with this old Uno game box. And what I'm working on today is Maria and I's collab, Junk No More, hashtag Junk No More. Everyone's welcome to participate. And this month, the prompt was game pieces or anything to do with games and toys and things like that. So I happened to have found this just last month, probably. This old Uno game box. I haven't really been thrifting very much, but I did go by. I think I went in because I was donating something, so I went in while I was there, and I found this, which was I felt like it was a treasure, and it's a game box, and in it was these old Uno scorecards, or they're actually paper. It says scorecard right there, but it's old score sheets and a whole, there's a lot here. They're printed on the front and the back, so I thought they were really cool. I couldn't believe they were there for me to find that day, because I don't go that much, but I happened to go, and there they were. That one day out of, like, I hadn't been in a few months, so it was kind of like a miracle. Crazy, right? But anyway, yeah, check out Maria's channel. We're doing this collab together. She's a good friend of mine, and her channel will be linked below. And she will be, I'm sure, doing something totally different than me, because she really is very talented and creative and always has some good tips and ideas for using your junk and other good craft supplies. So, she makes journals and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to get started and working on this. So, I want to turn this old, kind of grungy, worn box into a journal cover. I thought it would be the perfect thing to do for this collab and for this journal. So you can see this is upright right here, right? You see the words? They're upright. So I'm going to consider this upright. So this is going to be my spine on this side, and this is going to be cut off on this side, so I can have an opening for my book or my journal. So I'm going to start cutting right here so I can open this up carefully, and just cut along here and as best I can and evenly as I can without, I don't want to cut into this part right here, so I'm kind of just, as you can see, cutting to the side here. Let me see if I can go all the way up, or do I need to go, yeah, I think I need to go to the top now and cut from here, so I don't go off into that front cover or anywhere I don't want to cut. Okay, all right, there, we got it loose, so that'll be easier now to cut off all the flaps. So I'm going to cut off all the flaps and this side, and then we'll see how it looks. It's going to be a little grungy. It's going to be a little worn, but I think that is the vintage charm of it. The score sheets say 1978, so it's not an antique or anything like that, but it is very vintage. All right, so we've got that side cut off. I'm going to even this up right here. This side, this back part I got really good, because I'll probably even that up a little bit too, though. Make a nice straight cut on both of those with my paper cutter after I get these out. So this bends right here. I might have to kind of, I'm going to try to cut this top part so I don't have to, I don't want to cut any size off of here. I want to keep it the size it is. I'm trying to cut nice here, make this all nice. But let's see. I mean, it feels pretty good. This is not really coming loose or anything here, but I might put a little something in here just to strengthen this, and like a little piece of fabric after I decorate the inside of the what's going to be our cover, the inside of the box. Okay, so I'm cutting a pretty straight line here. I think we're good across the bottom. I think we're good across, well, no, we got a little bit of extra right there. Let's see if I can just cut that. Trying to see make sure I can see here. It's right there was a little extra from the flap. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be good if I put a little extra right there to reinforce that, and then, you know, we won't have to worry about the spine. But I wanted to keep the original spine on there. Oh, and it does say right here, 1978 International Games Inc. And even has an address there. So, yeah, and this was purchased, I guess, originally maybe from J.C. Penney for $1.99. And I actually was curious and looked up the price of Uno game now, a regular Uno game. This is just the score pad, wasn't the game, but still, I looked up the price of a game because they probably don't even sell the score sheets. I mean, you don't. Like, how do you keep score? I'm not the scorekeeper, but you just go until you run out of cards, or you have one card, and the person that has Uno, one card at the end wins, so you don't really keep score. So it's a little weird that this even has a score sheet, but I really don't think they make the score sheets anymore, probably. But anyway, I looked at I was just curious of the price of a game these days, because I haven't bought one lately. We have an Uno game. But I'm just going to make a little sliver cut here just to even this up. There's nothing really down here that I'm cutting off. Just to even this up, and I'll cut off a little bit of that wear there. So anyway, the price of a game at Walmart, I looked it up, you know, online, and it was $6.44, in case you were curious. Okay, yeah, I'm shaking my camera a little bit there. But there, I got a nice, straight, smooth cut there. I'm going to do the same thing on the top. Just get a nice, smooth, straight cut, fresh cut there. And if you saw, that was barely a sliver that I cut off. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. So I've already pulled out some things I'd like to use for the pages in here. And I've got some scraps here I wouldn't mind using if they're big enough. Let me do this one more time. For the inside, but I also have some very retro type paper that I could use on the inside, and I didn't get that out yet. Let me put that down there. I'm going to leave the price tag on here, because I think it's really cool, and look how it's distressed, naturally distressed. So the next thing I would do is go ahead, I will put my paper down here, and then a piece of fabric, and then we'll kind of have our cover pretty much done, and we can make some pages. So let me see. Let me pause and get my retro game paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did, I kind of changed my mind on that because as I was, I gathered some of my scraps, and then I was like, well, I don't want to go out and get this other paper out because this is all about junk no more. So I really need to stick to my scraps and use those first. So these are my scraps. So I figured out also that they are, what I was worried about was them not being big enough for the inside here, but they are big enough, I believe. Here's a piece that can go on the inside here. I mean, it's like perfect pretty much to fit right here. And I didn't even cut it down or anything. This is just what I picked up from my scrap pile. So that one, and I didn't even get out my scrap box yet. I just picked this up. And then this is another piece here, which I need to cut off this branding strip. Well, I don't have to, but I am going to. If you wanted to, leave your branding strip on there and not waste that strip of paper. I mean, I use them if they're decorated in my strips that I sew together. But if they're not decorated, like this one really isn't, it doesn't have any kind of pattern. It just has the name of the paper, Authentique, and, some branding on there. So it really is a branding strip. So let's see how this fits on here. So the fabric will go over, it'll be bigger than the spine. It'll go out, like half an inch on each side at least. So this is actually perfect for this side too. I can't believe these actually fit. And I like the polka dot type of different colors here for inside this. We've got a majority of red here. So this is actually really cute. And it was just left over from my previous project sitting here, either waiting for me to put it in my scrap box or do something with it. So I kind of left it out, not wanting to put it in my scrap box, thinking or hoping I would do something with it. Okay, so I'm going to make a little cut here. We're just going to see how far we get on this today. And this is going to be my project for this prompt for this month. Junk No More, open collab with Maria. And the prompt, like I said, was, games, toys, that kind of thing. Maybe something you would throw away normally, but you kept it and you want to do something with it. So, okay, so I'm going to glue these. I'm going to go ahead and glue. I like to glue my fabric over my paper for the spine, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. We're going to get started here. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. This is double-sided paper. This was left from the last Gooseberry Patch cookbook. This side has kitchen utensils on it. But this side is just these pretty polka dots. So very cool for, someplace you need a little color, a little fun color, and generic color. Doesn't really have a theme on the other side. So even though this was originally in a, cooking type kitchen scrapbook kit, I can use it for this side for anything. So there we go. Tuck that right there up to that edge and glue that down. So yeah, I think this will be really cute. I really like making things out of, unexpected things, making journals out of unexpected, like the covers, out of unexpected things, especially a box, or I've made them out of game boxes and little ones out of playing card boxes. And once, I wish I could find more old boxes like this, but once it was just an old box. I forget what it was originally. It wasn't a game. It was some other sort of industrial box. Like, I don't know what it was. I'm just going to say Staples, for instance, but it was a good size. It wasn't quite this big, but it was about, like, say the cover was from, say, about 3 inches, instead of this is probably like about 5 inches. Say it was like 3 inches wide, something like that, and about this maybe same length. So just a cool old box, and there was nothing in it even, and it was just, if it would have stayed there, I don't know why it was there, or if there was something in it and somebody took the insides out, but all that was left when I was there was this old box, and I saw it and I was like, oh, that is cool. I love that old box. And I brought it home and I made it into a journal cover. And it was just the coolest thing, like just a one-of-a-kind thing that I'm never going to find again. And I just wish I could find more often old boxes like that. Just so cool to make a journal out of that journal cover. I love it. But they're few and far between because most people just toss them in the trash. They don't think they're good for anything, right? That's what happens. All right, so this is all nice and glued down. And I happen to have a piece of fabric out here too from, actually, did I use it on that same journal? I think I might have. The yellow. And so this goes with all the colors here on the front and inside now. So I'm going to pull off a strip of this. Let's see, it looks like I've been tearing it this way. So something like that. About an inch, like I said, on either side. So let's do that. I'm going to tear it. This is just cotton fabric, and this particular fabric I think I probably got at Walmart. You know, and the little squares. Okay, this looks good. I like the frayed top there, and then I need to cut down here. So I do have I can either tear it, or I'll try to tear it. It'll probably tear. Oh, there's like a fold right there where I need to tear it too. Right here on this little fold I have here. It'll probably tear. I think I've been tearing this both ways. Oh, maybe not. Okay, yeah, maybe, yes. Not maybe, yes. Okay. All right, there we go. We've got our inside support for our spine now. Now before I glue this down, I'm going to use, I think I used Fabri-Tac on I guess I'll use Fabri-Tac. I think I could probably glue this down with art glitter glue too. So either one, if you're doing it and you're new to junk journaling, I think either one would work. I want to just check this real quick to see if there's any. Yeah, there was a little piece right here. This one, nothing's coming up, but this one, this is where the box overlaps right here when they put the box together. It's already a double layer there from when they put the box together. You know what I mean? So I'm going to stick a little bit of, it's just a little bit, one layer's coming loose from the other, just right there in that little corner. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of, yeah, right down in here too. And there, a little bit of art glitter glue, and here, just to keep that from the outside, make that kind of brand new there. Not brand new, but you know what I mean. Repaired, like new. So it's all back together from the outside. And then, let me get this glue off my fingers. And then we'll put the glue on the inside. I think I do want to use art glitter glue with this. Okay, I just want to pinch that together so it's nice and together, flat. It was flat, but I just want to make sure. Okay, just want to feel good about my repair there, that I've done it as best I can properly. Okay, so this is going out, like I said, about like that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use art glitter glue because I think it's going to glue it down fine. And I do have to work fast with art glitter glue because it dries so quickly. So I think I will actually start on the inside here, the original spine, and put glue there, and then we'll work our way outward. A little bit of drawing going on here or something. Trying to get clogged up. Alright, so I'm going to go along the fold where I'm going to go ahead and get glue right in there. And kind of almost like a solid, it's not solid, but almost kind of solid glue in this part here. So I don't have to spread it out along the edges. Okay, that's plenty, and so I can put this down. This does have a front and back. Okay, I'm just going to center it. Just center it on the spine and pull it up so I can put it down into that glue there. Alright, so I'm going to push it down. See, and I'm going to push it down into that crease on the spine. Push it down into this crease. Or into the fold there, so that we don't have anything that's loose. Because if it's loose, you'll create a little bubble in your fabric, which is fine, but I'd rather not have a bubble. See, now it's all nice and flat there in this section right up to the fold. So now we'll just work on the sides, and we'll put a little, how's my glue holding out? I might have to fill this up pretty soon, but we'll go ahead and work on the side here. It's morning. I already had 1 cup of coffee, and I didn't want any more coffee. I'm not quite ready for another. Usually after my coffee, I'll have a soda. That's my drink routine every day. But I didn't want to get a soda out yet, so. But I probably need a little drink, because my voice is apparently still waking up. Okay. All right, let's push this down and see how we do. Yep. And all right, it's very solid. I can feel like the glue is coming through a little bit too, which is, I mean, you can't see it, but it's going to be like actually good, because you know it's all glued down. You just have to let it dry. And it's solid right out to the edge there. Okay, that is good. Nice and glued down. No bubbles. All right, let's do this side. So you can kind of already see how the cover is going to be. Pretty cute, I would say. Very unique, one of a kind journal. Because how many 1978 Uno score sheet boxes are out there? None, probably, except for this one. Very rare, right? Very rare. It's going to be one signature, though. This is just a little, kind of not even half an inch. It looks like it's over 1/4 of an inch, but I don't think it's quite half an inch. Maybe we'll measure it in a second. Okay, looks like I have plenty of glue on there now. Let's smash this down. Got a gnat in here, or something. Looks like a gnat. It's like, how do you keep a gnat out of your house? You open the door, or even if you close the door, a gnat can fit through any little crack, right? Yeah. Not when the door's closed, but we haven't been leaving them open, but we have storm doors over our front door and our back door. But so if we leave our door open and have the storm door closed, you know, a little gnat can still get in. Even if fly could get in through that, because those are not airtight. Okay, so I think that is good. I like it. I'm glad I didn't go get my other paper and just using up my scraps, since it's all about junk no more. That was a good move, I think. Here's what she looks like so far. I'm not really planning on adding anything here. Someone that gets it in the end could. I might just, let me see. I don't know if I've cleaned it yet. I just remembered I don't know if I've actually even cleaned it. I've had it for about a month now, probably, sitting here. I don't know if I've wiped it off. These are drying out. I'm getting red off, which I don't want to get off. So I don't want to scrub too hard on any of this. So it doesn't really look dirty, it's just worn. But I thought, let me just see if there's any dirt on here before I proceed. But nothing's really coming off of it. You can see it doesn't look dirty. There's a little something right here, but it's not just color came off there, so I don't want to rub it too hard. Whatever that is, and I don't want to smear the red or anything, so I'm going to leave it alone. I think it's clean. I might have already wiped it off too, I don't remember. Like I said, I've had it for about a month. Anyway, so waiting for this moment. So yeah, Maria gave me that. Maria had the idea for using the game pieces or toys or whatever. And I'm like, oh, I just brought home that Uno box. It's perfect. It wasn't even my idea, and she thought of it. I was like, oh my goodness, I have that Uno box. Okay, so I can use my scraps also for, here's what I have, the colored scraps. That all can be generic type things. If they're not big enough, I can make some franken paper with the scraps, which, see, they're not, I can make a smaller page, but I can also make some franken papers and use those up. And this one here, I think, this one's actually big enough, so let's go ahead and make our what I call a signature cover out of this. So let's see. Let me make a pencil or pen mark here. Let me grab a pen. I have a pen here, so I can see where to cut. We'll go ahead and make our signature cover. So this is another good generic color. It's like a checkerboard there with 2 shades of green. And then I'm going to show you what I pulled out for some pages, because I was just in my closet. What was I looking for? Oh, I think I was putting away some pink dyed papers. Like I dyed with, was it my paint residue? I dyed some book pages and some envelopes and paper. Anyway, I was trying to figure out where to put those, because I had them out here on one of my little carts. I'm like, well, I haven't used these yet, and I'd rather just put them away for when I do use them. So that's what I did, and I found a shelf with some other pink paper, pink dyed paper. So I was like, okay, this is going to be my pink dyed paper shelf. So I was putting that away, and then I discovered, or rediscovered, I was like, what, I know I have coffee dyed paper in here and other odds and ends. And on the bottom of a stack of little trays that I have in there, I pulled out everything out of it. So I'm going to show you in a second. Okay, see, I just cut that down here, and it was too long, so I just folded that over. And I think this should hopefully fit now. Let's see, I kind of want to make sure it's not too big. I guess, let me see. It's going to be my signature cover. Yeah, I think it's still going to, I think I've still made it a little, okay, I think it's about right there. But I think I might have to cut a little bit off of this top piece still, so that I don't make it too wide. Let's see. I think I was right. Okay, so I just need to cut. I'm just going to cut a little piece off here. In fact, it might be big enough to add to my strip pile that I need to glue together and make strips. My little sewn together strips. I haven't done it in a week or two, and I need to catch up on those now. I'm getting behind. Okay, so I think that will be good. That's our signature cover. I know I cut this off, but it's still got a little black on there, but I think I'm going to leave it. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it. Okay, so yeah, that fits inside the cover nicely, perfectly. Okay, so yeah, I think to use these up, I will make some franken papers. And so how I do that is, like this one, actually, I can use as is. So you can see it's kind of generic pattern. Oh, is this aprons? This is aprons. But you almost can't tell what it is. And then this is utensils. So I think that, whatever, it's fine. I'm just going to use it no matter what it is. So I'm going to fold it in half. Since this is a nice long piece. And, we have different size papers in our junk journals or our journals. And then I'm going to fold the sides in to fit inside of our signature cover. Now that I have my signature cover, I kind of use that as my template. So I'll fold both of those in. And I've been leaving, when I make a flip out like that, I've been just leaving them loose so that whoever gets the job can decide, do they want to leave it as a flip out, or do they want to glue it down, or staple it down, or whatever they want to do and have a tuck spot. Or maybe they want to glue it all the way down and have it like just as a kind of like a trim or decoration, So yeah, that's what I've been doing with my flip outs lately, to give people options. So there's that one. That's the second page. Yeah, this is not going to have like 10,000 pages in it, so. And then this could be, I got a hole here, so I need to cut that off. I need to cut that off. Let's see, it's not, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I have that little, I can make a little tag or something out of that. So this, let's see. Yeah, I'll have to get more paper here. Oh, let's see. Oh, here's another piece here. Another piece here. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I can sew. What I'll do is, let me get a glue stick. And some other, I have some other scraps here too. I just had brought over my biggest scraps. So, but we'll try to do one together, and then I'll show you my other papers. Okay, so I would like this to be, let's see, that's a little bit smaller square, so I'm going to put that to the side because these two will fit together. Let's see, how do I want it? Let's see which way is up. I think this way is up on this side because you're going to see both sides of this, and this one's just going to be sideways no matter what if I use that one. And I don't think it's quite long enough, so we're going to need another piece. Let's see, this is a solid piece that was in there. This is from the Country Kitchen, the collection kit I used, like I said, in the Gooseberry Patch journal. Okay, so, and I don't know if you will have seen that flip through by the time this is on the 14th. We put these videos out on the 14th of each month. Okay, cut off the brand new strip. See, this is one I would save because it has color on it. So I'll cut that off and save that, and then sometimes I save this too because it's kind of cute. It has a little rooster and it says Country Kitchen on it. So let's see. Let's cut a piece here. And we need to cut it to our length, and both sides are solid, so it doesn't matter how we cut this one. So I'm going to cut it right there. Got glue on my finger. Okay, so let's cut this. I kind of love making freaking paper. I think it's so cool when you just put random papers. I mean, they kind of coordinate, of course. They're from the same collection kit, but I also think it's really fun putting them together and seeing how they turn out. So, and if I think, like, I'm just putting glue stick on here because I'm going to sew this also together later after the video. But if you're not sewing, of course, I would use Fabri-Tac, something very strong to keep it together. Okay, so there we got that. So this is how it looks so far, but it's not quite long enough. So here's all my scraps I just brought over. And here's this other scrap that I had out here. Let's see how we want to do that. See how it looks on the other side. Yeah, that looks good next to that yellow. Okay, so let's glue that together and see what we end up with here. I want to get the glue right down to the bottom so it sticks together. And yeah, the length is pretty good. It's not quite exactly the same, but I'll show you what I mean in a second. See, I just got a little sliver that's right there. I think I'll make it even on the bottom, actually. I'll make it even on the bottom, and then we'll have a little piece on the top. In case I want to add to the top, you know, something up here. I probably won't, but in case. I'm trying to get it on there straight. Okay, so there we go. I think it's wide enough. Oh, there's a line there. Let me go with that line so that this looks straight, because it looks crooked because the line, this has lines on it. Okay, so let's see how wide it is now. Yeah, it's too wide. So I think on this one, let's see, I have to think about the fold, where it's going to fold in the middle. Because I don't want to fold it. I don't want the fold to end up being right where I put the papers together, because that's going to be harder to fold, not impossible, but harder to fold. So if I take it like this, my fold is going to be like right here, which is not in the middle of one of my new, you know, where the papers are put together. So that would work. And then I can either cut off the extra or fold it over. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fold it about, let me see where this folds. Yeah, right here. Right here. Right there. Okay, so right there. There's our, where it will be bound, you know, into the signature. And then this side will be a big flip out. So something like this. And like I said, I can cut this off, or if somebody gets this and they want to cut the flip outs off, you know, you can do that, and then you can make something out of it. You know, that's what I like to provide, options in my journals. Okay, so this one was here, and we'll put papers in between these. Okay, so, and I'm going to, like I said, sew that after the video. So let me just show you, see this one, this is not going to fit that many more papers in here, but I'm going to put at least, this is 3 papers. And these are thick, you know, cardstock. I'm going to put, I'm going to pick out at least 7 more papers and put in here, and that might be about all that fits in here. And then bind it, and maybe add some pockets, and maybe I will make some of these into tuck spots. If I don't have pockets, then I'll have tuck spots at least, and you know, put some ephemera in here, and pretty, before I know it, and before you know it, it'll be done. But like I said, I keep saying I'm going to show you the other papers I pulled out, so I don't want to forget to do that. So let's do it now. Yeah, so this was on the bottom. Like I said, I have, if you've seen my, when I show you my closet where I keep all my paper, most of my, well, a lot of my papers, you know, especially my papers that I've dyed and things like that. And you know, there's other papers just, you know, because a lot of papers are like in pads of paper. I have those in a drawer. And then there's other papers that are like in pads of like score sheets and ledgers and stationery. All that kind of stuff is in a drawer pretty much. And then in my closet I have the trays where I have kind of just a lot of things that are like loose papers, and they're organized into trays so that I can see what, you know, have different categories of papers. So when I go to look for papers, I can be like, okay, here's music paper, here's garden-y paper, you know, type thing. So I think that makes sense. So this was all in a tray. that was coffee dyed papers. I believe they're all coffee dyed. So let's just look. So I could use any of these in here, which I think I'm going to use. Go through here and pick out something. Like here's some. Let me move this for a second. I don't think I need that right now. So I've got coffee dyed book pages, music, and this is a computer, you know, with paper with the tracks, coffee dyed, a few of those. I love coffee dyeing too, so I'll have, like right now, I have a table permanently set up in the other room, and beside it I have a table with a stack of papers this high that is ready for me to coffee dye whenever I feel like coffee dyeing. These are from, this was, I believe, index cards, like blank index card box that you can buy. I bought mine at a thrift store, but you can buy them new too. They're like blank, just, you know, single layer, not cards. They're perforated right here in the middle, aren't they? Are these cards? Hold on. Maybe they're cards. I don't know. They're no, they are perforated. See, this one's coming apart. Anyway, yeah, they either fold or perforate. It looks like, yeah, they feel like it's perforated. Yeah, so I think these are from the postcards. But these are coffee dyed postcards from that blank postcard box that I got at a thrift store. Okay, here's some music, more music paper. I'm going to put this together here with my this music. So, more music. It's from a different book. Well, different book. See how these are different sizes. This one's bigger than this one. But anyway, music. Okay, we'll put these back over here now. Oh, here's some more track paper down here. It's, yeah, we're going to organize while we're doing this. Sort. Okay, so this is just some random paper that I think Maria might have sent me this. Or I might have got it at her store, but I really think Maria might have sent it to me. If Maria watches this video, maybe she can tell me if she remembers. But it has like diagrams on it, which is really cool. There's a bunch of these. Well, a few of them anyway. Okay, I'm going to put these over here by size. So next, some more of the tracks here. The track paper, computer track paper. This has some blue dye on it. And different colors that I mixed up here, as you can see. Oh, this one. Look at this. Put a stencil or something on there. Or I stenciled on it. I don't know. That's cool. I didn't know that was in there. Here's some more. Doily. Oh, cool. Okay, let's keep those together. I did not know those were in between there. I would have used them by now, probably, if I knew they were there. Okay, so track paper. That's the diagram paper. Track paper. And the coffee dyed paper with patterns on it. That one. This is a doily. This is, I think this is stenciling though. I don't think I coffee dyed it like that. I think I stenciled on it. Possibly. Probably. Okay, and then this is a calendar, see? Calendar pages that have been coffee dyed. Like some sort of planner or something. 2019 it says on it, but those are coffee dyed. Okay, here's some smaller pieces. Just a little piece of cardstock. And this is just, I actually coffee dyed this. Maybe because I liked all these, or I tried to coffee dye it, and there's some coffee right there. But I liked all those brand names on there. Kind of a neat little packaging thing. Okay, I'm going to put that to the side. And then here's some more. These are from a day timer. They're very lightly coffee dyed. Book pages, like index page. Here's some more of that planner. Let's put that here. Okay, so these are the same size. We'll put these together. And then, let's see what else I have here. I have a lot here, don't I? This is just some lined paper. I remember getting this at, I have some that I haven't coffee dyed, and I have this that I have coffee dyed. It's just paper, and it has these blue lines on it. And I did get that at a thrift store, I remember. This is some paper that I found, really a ton of it, in pads. I think it was in pads of paper, and they're somewhere, like a company had them and got rid of them because I found a bunch of them and I bought them from a thrift store. Too bad they didn't get rid of them before they give them to me before they gave them to the thrift store, right? I could have got them for free. But anyway, I think they're nice little note papers. They got the lines with little dots over here and little squares you can check off after you make your list. So I can either use these like they are, with the name and everything on there, or I can cut that off or cover it up. And also down here was their phone number, which that probably still is, possibly there still is their phone number. I know this company, and I know they moved, but it doesn't have an address on here. It just has a phone number. So that's why I say they probably still have the same phone number, but not the same address. But the address isn't on there. Okay, so this is plain. I don't know if it had something on and it washed off, but this paper right here has, again, still all coffee dyed, but it's very light, but it's square, little squares all over it, like a grid or graph paper, but it's big squares. Not, much bigger than graph paper. So there's that. I got more. Hold on. A little bit more here. Okay, so this is some like primary children's writing paper, but it's not from that pad that you get like at Dollar Tree, that the paper is thinner. Like I have some of those, but this is some I found at a thrift store that was thicker. It's nice and thick, and I really like it. And in fact, I think I had some that wasn't coffee dyed, and I think I used it all up because I love it so much. And if I have any more, I don't know. I'll have to find it, but anyway, this part right here, I coffee dyed. So there, I didn't realize I still had more of that. This is just plain coffee dyed paper. So I don't know why that's in there because I have other stacks of coffee dyed paper. And this is coloring book pages that I coffee dyed. It's double-sided. Oh yeah, I had a little like I have a coloring book that I'm using now that is much thicker. This was a little one. In fact, I might have even got it from Dollar Tree. I don't know if I got it from Dollar Tree or I got it from the thrift store. But this is how I like to find coloring book pages. I like an all-over design like this. And I like double-sided like this. Whereas some of them have, I don't know, some of them they have pictures and things that I don't like. I really would rather have an all-over design. And some of them are one-sided, so it's just blank on the back. So here's one that has birds on it, but it's still an all-over design. So like when you put these into a journal, it's really cool when they're double-sided. You have something on both sides, and if you want to color them, you can, or you can, if you like coffee dyed paper like I do, you can use it like this. So very cool, coffee dyed coloring book pages. I forgot that I had more of those. I thought I used all those up. So I want to take from here and add the other 7 papers to, here's this one. I'll have to cut this up and make it into a label and then I'll put some paper on the back that you can write on, because I really like all these little different fonts on here. I think that's probably why I kept this. So, and I got coffee on it. I don't know if it was just sitting there or if that was a mistake or what, but anyway, it's there to use. So anyway, the focus is not this paper. The focus today was this. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to finish turning this old Uno box into a journal, and I will come back. I don't know if I'll come back with a flip through or if we'll decorate it together, but stay tuned to see how it turns out, and stay tuned for my next video. I'll see you then, and have a great day. See you later.